Hey, y'all. Happy Saturday. I hope that you guys are going to enjoy your holiday weekend. But, honey, we got some Diddy news that we have to talk about. All right. So, we have several things to talk about, but we're going to start with Lil Rod and Diddy's lawsuit. We know that Lil Rod has launched an explosive lawsuit against not only Sean Diddy Combs, but some other really big players. And this may be an unpopular opinion, but I think that Little Rod may be overreaching a bit, in my opinion. And the reason why I say he's overreaching is when when he involved more than Diddy in the situation, there's a possibility because of his lies, um because of his I'm gonna call it exaggerations. Because of his exaggerations, his lawsuit, there's a real possibility that Diddy's lawyers are going to have this lawsuit dismissed. Right now, this might be petty, but the first exaggeration that I want to dispel when it comes to the Lil Rod lawsuit is Lil Rod says that Diddy, tried to, pretty much allegedly SA'd him, and he is a heterosexual male, and he tried to get, um, and Lil Rod is a heterosexual male, and because of that, he was not interested in, Diddy, right? But I'm saying, look at this picture, y'all. Honestly, let's tell the truth. Now, I'm not disputing that Little Rod was SA'd at some point in time. But the thing that I'm talking about is the fact that he's saying that he's a heterosexual male. Is he really? Is he really, y'all? Is he really a heterosexual male? Now, can we talk about it? Right now, we know that he also we know we know that he also said that Gooding Jr. Also SA'd him in the lawsuit. He's named several people in his house. Honey, he done went after a little bit of everybody, right? Now, like I said, I'm not saying that he's, lying, but I think that he has several exaggerations, included in this lawsuit. And like I said, because of that, this lawsuit has a strong chance of being dismissed. Diddy's lawyers have asked the courts to dismiss um, Little Rod's lawsuit on the basis of him telling a whole bunch of exaggerations. I'm gonna call it exaggerations, right? Now, another exaggeration, when it comes to Lil Rod, or another claim in the lawsuit, is against Young Miami. Young Miami in the lawsuit has been included in this lawsuit. She was included. Her name was included because he said, Lil Rod said, Young Miami, um, transported illegal substances to Diddy, um when his regular, booger sugar mule forgot the pink booger sugar, and said that Lil Miami, brought the booger sugar to him, right? Because the regular mule, Brandon, the guy that was arrested at the airport with the illegal substances in his bag, um he said that he forgot it. So he called, Young Miami. Now, this is a little piece of an article from Us Weekly, and it says Sean Diddy Combs ex Young Miami claims to have proof to dispel claims Lil Rod lawsuit that she transported, substances to the rapper, right? Quote, the allegations Lil Rod has made in a lawsuit are completely false. A source close to Miami exclusively tells us, right? So the article goes on to state that Diddy allegedly obtained the substances from Brandon Paul, who was arrested on substances possession charges early this month. We know that he was arrested at the airport in Opelika, as Diddy and his family were preparing to board the plane. The federales rolled in on him, right? When Paul didn't bring the substances, Lil Rod claimed Diddy went to Young Miami as a source, right? Now, I'm thinking Lil Rod know a whole lot, right? Like, is he psychic? Like, I'm trying to make it make sense, right? And he says, they're basically calling him a liar. And there's a quote that says, Lil Rod is nothing more than a liar who filed a $30 million lawsuit shamelessly looking for an undeserved payday. Attorney Sean Holly said, this is Diddy, one of Diddy's lawyers. says, quote, his reckless name dropping, which I agree, he is recklessly name dropping a whole lot of people. All of these people did not have to be included in his Diddy lawsuit. To me, he seemed like he bitter. He seemed like he thirsty. Like I said, this may be an unpopular opinion, and I know Diddy did all of this stuff. We already know that from Cassie Ventura's, right? So did he really have to name all these people to try to take down? And why is he really? What does he really have against Young Miami, right? And also, and then sometime when you have an alleged guy that's saying he's heterosexual, which it don't look like he is to me, because my gator is strong. Y'all forgive me for that, but it is, child, right? Maybe he bitter because Young Miami's so cute. I don't know. I don't know. But all I know is Young Miami, girl, you done sold your soul and your career to Diddy, right? Because Young Miami is in the thick of it right now. And I can't say that I feel sorry for her, but even her city girl partner, JT, is done distanced herself from Young Miami. See, Young Miami's problem now, when Lil Rod calls Daphne Joy, what is his name, 50's baby mama, he calls her an S worker. He calls um um what is it, this child right here a S worker, Young Miami a S worker, and some girl named Jada S worker. I don't think they saw themselves as S workers. I think they saw themselves, you know, they be with Diddy sometime and he don't mind paying them, right? And we know Diddy is real petty, and when it comes to Daphne Joy, we're gonna talk about that. He do a lot of stuff for revenge because he real petty and he real vindictive, right? And I think Daphne Joy done got caught up in a different way. But as far as Young Miami, this young girl thought she was the HBIC when she was really just in the rotation. You know what I mean? And I think she started out just trying to get her bag. Her and her cousin, allegedly, and I'm not talking about the woman named in the video. I'm talking about Saucy Santana. I didn't see Saucy Santana's name in none of the lawsuit, and I'm wondering why. Okay, I'm wondering why, because maybe because birds of a feather flock together, child. Maybe he trying to protect Saucy Santana, right? But anyway, he said he a heterosexual man, child. And he said he wasn't with none of it. But you ain't. But my thing again about Lil Rod, once again, this is an unpopular opinion, right? If you are a heterosexual man, the first time that man tried to touch your backside, like you claimed in the lawsuit, why you didn't leave? You stayed there for several months, Lil Rod. You stayed there for so long that you was able to garner all this evidence. It make you sound thirsty, dude, and it seems like an exaggeration. And you calling out the girls that he was involved with S workers, which makes you sound a little bitter. Like I said, y'all, this is an unpopular opinion. We all know from Cassie's lawsuit what did he be doing, right? But for Little Rod to have so much, now he does have a lot of photographic evidence, a lot of audio, you know what I mean, legit. But as far as um some of these claims that he's making, he doing too much, right? But because he's doing too much, okay, his lawsuit is in jeopardy of being dismissed, right? Because of his exaggerations. And he went after some of the wrong people, like Lucius Grange. He went after ABC. He went after record companies. And honey, he was overreaching. Him and his lawyer, Tyrone Blackburn. Y'all should have consulted Douglas Windor, Cassie's lawyer, because honey, y'all overreaching. Okay, you should have just kept it on Diddy. You did too much, right? And maybe I don't know. Time gonna tell if the case gonna be dismissed. But anyway, Young Miami said she got proof that she wasn't transporting nothing, because at the time, honey, she was in New York being fitted for her Met Gala dress, right? So, like I'm saying, it says what is it? An alibi. Young Miami got an alibi to clear her allegations being a mule, which were included in a recent lawsuit against Diddy, according to the sources close to the City Girls rapper. In a TMZ report on Thursday, March 28th, the outlet spoke with someone who said Lil Rod specific claim that Miami procured substances, um, aka Tucci, on April 30th of last year can be easily proven a lie. And the reason why it can be easily proven a lie is because Young Miami was getting in New York, getting fitted for her Met Gala dress. And the times, she got time stamped video of her being fitted, and the dates ain't dating, right? The dates ain't matching. So Lil Rod, like I said, boo, you overreaching. Like you sound like you got a personal vendetta against Young Miami, right? So we're gonna have to wait and see, about that. But my Young Miami said she ain't transported no illegal substances. She wasn't even there. You know what I mean? She was in another whole state. She was not in Virginia where the festival was. She was in New York being fitted for her dress, right? So time gonna tell. Now, when it comes to Daphne Joy's Fitty's son's mother being on the payroll, Lil Rod also named her as he called her a S worker. Surely she didn't. Clearly, she didn't see herself as a S worker to the point to where she said she gonna get her own lawyer. Not only against Fitty, which is online doing too much. Of course, he called her a little S worker, but I'm thinking this is your child's mother. Why are you calling her, why are you going at her, right? So to the point to where 50 Cent said, it's being reported that he is seeking sole custody of his son after his F Daphne Joy was accused of being Diddy's ex worker, right? Now I told y'all Diddy was petty and vindictive. I think he went after Daphne Joy. Brother Love went after Daphne Joy, as payback, for Diddy talking about him online, and continuously, relentlessly talking about Diddy online forever, right? Because he been talking about Diddy forever. And like I said, the other day we finally know why. It's because of this chick, Daphne Joy, right? So Daphne Joy, in retaliation to all the derogatory things that Diddy is writing about her online, in addition to him wanting to seek sole custody of their son, she said she's going to lawyer up, like I said, not only against Diddy, but also against Fitty. And she has made several claims against 50 Cent as well. She said that 50 Cent SA'd her, and he now he SA'd her, DV'd her, abused her and all of this and all that, right? But 50 Cent said, if I did all this, why is it that you moved a mile away from my home, right? And so she went to Instagram and wrote a long post when she accused him of all word and abuse, and being a neglectful dad, like spend no time with his son or nothing like that, right? And so he's disputing that. He's still online, speaking out against her, calling her an S worker. But I'm thinking your son is 11 years old, Fitty. Why are you saying that stuff about your son's mama online when you know your son is probably online as well, right? So we're gonna have to wait and see if she gets a lawyer and has a claim brought against 50 Cent as well as Little Rod, as a reaction to the claims being made against her. But Daphne Joy said she wasn't no ex worker. You know what I mean? She might have been on the payroll, but she wasn't no ex worker. She was Diddy's, legit girlfriend or whatever, and she don't appreciate Diddy making claims against online harassing her. Cause number one, in 2016, Diddy was accused of kicking in her door and destroying her home. I guess this is just after she moved a mile away from him. And she probably start living her own life or whatever, because he said she moved a mile away from him, and so in hopes of having another child by him, but he was too busy, child. I'm thinking, no, honey, he was touching your spirit because she was trying to move on, right? And then he felt some kind of way. We know how sometimes these toxic relationships work out, okay? Because we're in the world of reality, and so I just 50. You need to hush. You need to leave Daphne alone, because we don't know what's gonna come out against you, 50. Because remember what happened in 2016, y'all, right? So now I don't know. I Daphne is trying to. I guess she trying to retaliate, trying to do the best she can, but child, she seemed like she riding for Diddy right now. But like I said, Diddy just had you in a rotation, Daphne Joy girl, because he was trying to get back at 50, and you fell for it, bro. You fell for Brother Love's hustle talk, right? All we need is love. Like he said, like he told Christian. Do y'all believe, on the side note, do y'all believe that Diddy was trying to recruit Christian Rock? Because let me tell you something, girl. Christian, Blueface, Christian's boyfriend, I guess. On again and off again boyfriend, the father of her son. Christian's mother, her name is Clarissa or something like that. She has a podcast, right? I mean, Blueface's mama got a, pretty woman. She got a podcast, and she said she believes that Diddy was allegedly trying to recruit Christian Rock into the fold. But Christian, girl, you might have got saved by all the stuff that's going on. Because I kind of believe it too. Because we remember what happened at that party when Christian was brought to the party by that guy from Zeus TV. Diddy snatched him up and and talking about all she needs is love and all of this and all that. Child, I believe that was a play. I believe he was trying to recruit Christian. But Christian, you done got saved by the hair of your chinny chin chin, huh? I don't know if they could have recruited Christian though, because we know she all about Blueface. Okay, she is all things Blueface. But Brother Love said, honey, all she need is love. So I kind of agree that Diddy was wanting to recruit Krishan, because like YungMiami, like Cassie, he loves to get these young talented women and bring them into the fold and pretty much destroy their career, because that's absolutely what he done to YungMiami's career, to the point where, like I said, JT, the other city girl, has distanced herself from YungMiami, because JT was like, I ain't got nothing to do with these FOs or nothing else. I ain't got nothing to do with this, right? And she done made a song with somebody else, right? I can't think of her name right now. But anyway, he did the same thing with Cassie, and I think he was planning to do that with Krishan, right? So, but fortunately, he didn't have time to all the way recruit her, right? And like I said, when it comes to YungMiami, girl, you just need to hush. You need to let it go. You need to let Lil Rod, say what he gonna say, as well as everybody on social media. You need to sit back and be quiet before you get hemmed up even more, thanking you to HBIC, but you was just in a rotation, child. You was just in a rotation, right? But anyway, move right along, move right along. We gotta talk about Diddy and his debt, right? So it's being reported that Diddy took out 8 mortgages on his three properties, right? His 2 Miami properties and his 1 LA property. It's saying that he took out 8 mortgages of over 100 million, $140 million. I'm thinking, what? But I thought he was a billionaire. But anyway, this report came out and said that Diddy has borrowed an eye-watering $140 million from multiple banks to pay for his extravagant property empire, raising questions as to whether he really does have a $1 billion fortune. Now we clearly can tell that he don't have a $1 billion fortune. Okay, but anyway, because honey, he is selling everything, right? Because of these lawsuits, right? And I think also on the side note, the reason why he hasn't settled some of these lawsuits, because he's got several, not only Lil Rods, he got 4 or 5 more, right? I think the reason why he hadn't chosen to settle quietly is because he simply don't have the money to settle. Okay. Child, and it said it could be the biggest home loan amount ever taken out by a Hollywood star. As a 54-year-old has needed several mortgages to fund the purchase of 3 luxury mansions in Los Angeles and Miami. We know that he has 2-star island homes. And now why he need 2-star island homes is beyond me. But I think, in my opinion, that one of them star island homes is his play his where he does his playground, where he does his extracurricular activities, where he has those creepy parties and stuff. And I think the other home is for his kids, especially his 2 girls, right? Now I believe that his older sons clearly know what's going on, because he has sought to control and destroy their careers like he did Cassie, as well as YungMiami, in my opinion, right? I think that he has sabotaged all 3 of his older sons. I think that he has sabotaged Christian. Christian had won a scholarship to Harvard. He could have went to Harvard. Instead, Diddy convinced him to go play football in California, and then he sabotaged that. Then told the boy he was gonna make him CEO of Bad Boy Records, which turned out to be a lie, right? And so Christian Combs has been in a whole lot of stuff. I think he wanted to sabotage Christian Combs as a way of paying Misa back for Christian Combs allegedly not being his biological son, but actually the son of Wolf, which was once supposed to be Diddy, one of his best friends, but Wolf, was unalived, right? And so anyway, back to the money, child. So but the bank said they want their money back. Nearly $1 million is still owed by the rapper, producer, and entrepreneur, which is due to be paid back within the next few years. With one $23 million loan needed to be settled by 2029, right? But in addition to that, um, because of the raise, the bank is wanting their $100 million back now. They want it now. They don't want to wait. They don't want no loan extensions. They want their money back now. Okay. This says Diddy 54. I told y'all took out 8 mortgages to fund the purchases of 3 luxury mansions in Los Angeles. The rap star borrowed nearly $140 million from multiple banks to pay for the homes and close to $1 million is owed. Right, $100 million is owed. Now, see, the thing about Diddy, the smart thing about Diddy is he is trying to accrue property, and we know property is very valuable, right? And so and we don't even know what's out in Diddy's name. He might have some stuff in his mama's name. Honey, Diddy from the streets. You know how to have these some of these homes. At least one of them could be in his mama name for all we know. Child, who knows what's really going on with Diddy? And is he really broke, or is the money overseas, child, over there in Antigua somewhere where he was allegedly trying to, you know, run off to? But the only thing over there was the jet, child. We still don't know what I was on the jet, or who was on the jet, or what was going on with the jet. But anyway, the bank want their money back. The bank want their money back cause his homes is raided. And they want their $100 million back now, expeditiously. They ain't trying to wait till he go to jail allegedly or anything else. Another thing, do you guys think that he will go to jail? Another reason why I think YungMiami, circling back, needs to stop talking is because at this point in time, I really don't know if Diddy gonna go to jail or not. I don't know, because he's got some powerful people behind him, and he's still got a lot of pull, right? So anyway, do y'all remember the other day when they said Diddy sold his shares in Revolt TV? Because Diddy owned Revolt TV. He had the majority shares, but he had sold it to this guy right here. His name is Richelieu Dennis. He is the mystery buyer that people were saying about Revolt TV. Richelieu Dennis, he is the co-founder of Shay Marster that started in Harlem in the 1990s, and he sold the Shea Moisture empire to Unilever or whatever it was, right? And because that was very lucrative for him to do, and he went on and bought Essence magazine. After he bought Essence magazine, he still owns Essence magazine, but he's no longer the CEO, but he's still the owner. But as far as Shea Moisture, like I said, he sold it in the 90s, and he has been trying to accrue, these black-owned businesses. Richelieu, in an interview, said that if Diddy wanted to sell Revolt TV to a black person because the black person started it, right? And so that is the reason, one reason why he, sold his majority shares to Richelieu Dennis right here, right? So we're gonna have to see what Richelieu does with Revolt TV, right? We know that Essence magazine is still going strong. Essence, every year Essence magazine has a wonderful event down there in NOLA. You know what I mean? And it's star studded. He does things like that. He's really, really his entrepreneurship, the knowledge of it, is really good for his companies, right? So we're gonna have to see what he does with Revolt TV, right? So the last thing that I have is we gotta roll all the way back to 1999. So this woman, her name is Natanya Rubin. In 1999, she says that she was shot, that Diddy shot her and not Shine. Now, back in 1999, Shine, Diddy produced the album by the then rapper Shine, and they were actually at his, rap launch party, at a club, and Diddy had a altercation with, like a hood dude or whatever, right? Where Diddy spilled champagne on the man's clothes. They got into an argument, and allegedly, J Lo had brought the gun in her. Allegedly, she had brought a gun into the club for Diddy, and she handed. And Natalia says she saw J Lo handing the gun to Diddy, and Diddy was trying to shoot the guy that he got into it with, but instead he shot this lady Natanya Rubin, right? So Natanya Rubin has always maintained that Diddy is the one that shot her in the face and not Shine. We know that Shine did 10 years in jail for this altercation. He pretty much took the rap for Diddy. In my opinion, he's not in rap music anymore. He went back to his home country, whereas he is now in politics. But Natanya Rubin states and has always stated that Diddy is the one that shot her, right? In 19, you can see what she's saying right here. And so I believe her, I believe her. And so maybe that's the reason why, you're not hearing anything from J Lo. And maybe this is the reason for it. Who knows? But anyway, after he shot this woman in the face, he was sued once again. He's been sued forever, right? It says P. did this story is real old, and I went back and dug it up, right, from 2011, right? P. Diddy quietly settles multi-million-dollar lawsuit with three nightclubbers shot by the protege in 1990 by his protege in 1999. They're saying he settled the lawsuit because three people were allegedly shot by Shine, who they're calling his protege in 1999. But like I said, Natanya has always maintained that Diddy is the one that shot her in the face, right? And so people are calling for the case to be reopened. But I think that I heard somewhere someone talking about the statute of limitations had run out on this case, so he can't be tried for it. But I don't know. You know what I mean? I guess we'll have to wait and see. You know, what happens with that as well. But all in all, y'all, at the end of the day, when it comes to Lil Rod, I think he been extra on a whole lot of stuff, especially when he calling himself a heterosexual man. Child, cause look at here, let me tell you something. I don't mean no harm. When I say my gator go off every time I look at him, it just is what it is, child. Now we'll never know what really happened. When Little Rod, was spending time with Diddy. And I think that I really another unpopular opinion that I have is I think that some stuff um was consensual, but also some stuff was not consensual because we know that brother love will reel you in, and then he'll turn on you. He has a history of doing that because that's what Cassie said he did to her. He'll reel you in with the brother love child and start charming you, and for you know what, you in an FO session with a BBC, right? Joe Button, that has been riding, with Diddy throughout this whole event, because Joe Button, him, Stevie J, they all, came up in the industry together, and so Joe Button and Stevie J have been riding with him. But even Joe Button said, when the feds raid your house, honey, it is over. You need to throw in the towel. Now, I do agree with Joe Button on that. You know what I mean? But when it comes to this Lil Rod lawsuit, Lil Rod, honey, I think you did way too much. You involved too many people. I mean, y'all, he involved people like allegedly Chris Brown, allegedly Meek Mill, child, allegedly Prince Harry and Prince William, but Prince Harry is the only named. I mean, and these people, even YungMiami, these people are extra. Did you really have to name drop all of these people? You know what I mean? You wasn't around in 1999. You wasn't around when Prince William and Harry attended. a party that Diddy threw for their deceased mom, Princess Diana. Right? He wasn't around back then. He is, got a whole lot of hearsay in that lawsuit. And because he has talked so much about so many people and tried to sue big wigs like Lucian Grain and ABC Productions, because I think he's overreaching. But because he's overreached, in my opinion, and didn't keep the lawsuit on Diddy, it is in jeopardy of being dismissed. But we're gonna have to wait and see, right? But anyway, that's all I got. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. When you subscribe, please hit that notifications bell so that you will be notified the next time I post another video. I hope you guys enjoy your holiday, your weekend. Let me know what you think about this video in the comment section below, and I'm gonna talk to you guys later. Bye bye. Peace.